Okay. So welcome everybody. Welcome on the call today. It's the second week of the Golden Keys to Prosperity video class, an online class that's happening every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. UK time. It is a live call, as you can tell, and there are lots of noises coming from outside too.
Sorry.
So on tonight's call, we've got Gina and Natasha, and also Rachel is somehow struggling, but hopefully she will join us in a moment. Okay, Gina, tell us just a couple of things about yourself so we can connect more with you.
Okay, hello from me. I'm located in Greece, in Athens. It's very hot these days for us. I'm a virtual assistant. I'm offering services, administrative services for business and life coaches, trainers, and speakers. This week was a difficult one for me because I had some problems with my mother, health issues. But it was also a week to test faith. What I have learned in our first call last week. And to be honest, some days I was testing my faith that everything can go right. But, okay, I think that I made it.
Yes, you're here. You're here. You had a tough week, but you're here, Gina. Well done. Well done.
Yes.
Yes, because faith requires a lot of courage, but also requires a lot of trust that things will get better. Things, will fall into place. It may look difficult now, but somehow there's something underneath this kind of, that. Okay, so Gina, you've got the room behind you. Is it turquoise color?
Yes, it's my daughter's bedroom.
Okay. The turquoise is the color of a heart, somebody who speaks from the heart. Okay, so we had shared some things last week, and I will be sharing more during the weeks, in the next 7 weeks. In the secret Facebook page we've got. So Natasha, welcome. I know that you are involved with crystal therapy, and you have been you are a mother, and you've got 3 children.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And my youngest is 10 months old now, so I've got 3 children under the age of 3. So they all keep me busy. Yeah.
No, I can know what you said. Yeah. No. What you said is it's quieter over there rather than your house.
Yeah. Even with the buses and the sirens, it's still quieter.
Okay.
But yes, I do. When I'm not being a mum, I do crystal therapy. So I teach and do workshops and treatments. I also do a few festivals and events as well, so I get a chance to talk to people about crystals, do mini treatments, and introduce people to the world of crystal therapy. And I love crystals. I have them everywhere, and love talking about them.
Hopefully you can bring some crystals in the sessions with you, because gold is very much associated with. Is it gold citrine?
Yes, I do have a couple of pieces here with me, just by my side here.
Okay, come on, show us.
Can I show? Let's see how to cover it. Here's one piece, which is a double terminated one. I don't know if you can get the idea of the light and the colours and that through there.
Yes.
This golden colour. So with it being double terminated, it sends energy through both ways, so you can direct the energy with the point. But citrine is known as a stone of abundance. It is used for attracting wealth into your life. So a lot of people like to carry citrine in their purse. So they say that it does attract wealth and money into your life. And
that's why it connects with gold as well, because gold is the frequency of wealth. And if you think about wealth, okay, we can be in materialistic terms, but also the wealth that we carry inside us. And that's what this journey is all about. That's what we are exploring more and connecting more with our inner golden brilliance, our truth. So I thought of, thank you very much, Natasha. Because the calls are quite compact, like 40-45 minutes long.
Okay.
So we are sharing something and then moving on to the next point. So at any point, if you have a question, by all means, stop me and ask. Or if something really speaks to you and you want to share it, by all means do so. Okay, because this space is for you. It's for all of us. So I'm going to take you through a kind of meditation that's called stepping into faith. Okay, so you would need, to feel comfortable where you are. Maybe, just make sure that, you have your feet on the ground, you have your, some support for your back, preferably. Okay. So I'd like you to feel safe where you are. So if you can close your eyes, fair enough. If you prefer not to, because I know you're not in your own environment, Natasha, you see how it feels, and then we'll take from there. Okay. So as you close or you have your eyes open, whatever, begin to become aware of an energy, a flow, a cool turquoise stream of light merging with your field. Take some time to feel it. Allow yourself to merge with it. Let it wash away anything that has prevented you from being in trust, in faith, in truth. But more than this, let it bring to you the feeling, the knowing, the sensing, or even just the possibility of what it is to live in a world where faith is the path you tread. Let a door appear before you, or a gate, an opening, an entrance. So you're standing before a gate or a door. In your hand is a golden key, the perfect key for this doorway. And at the perfect moment, in the perfect way, with an ease and a flow of movement, see or feel yourself opening the door with your key. On the other side of the door is a life lived in complete faith and trust. Now, step through it in your own perfect time. Step into faith. Live it, be it, know it, explore it. Here is your life in faith. What does it feel like? What does it feel like to be in that space? Who is there with you? Just visualize the people. See if you can sense, smell. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What do you experience? Spend as long as you wish exploring your life in faith. Envelope yourself in this kind of magical turquoise light, and all of that thing that you visualize while you step up into faith. Discover its many aspects, its many sides. When you feel ready, return to your present surroundings, bringing with you your vision and your sense of a faith-filled life. So how was it? Did you manage to visualize anything?
I did, yeah.
So would you like to share, Natasha, a little bit?
Yes, I'm happy to. I saw a gate, like a wooden gate, and it went into what seemed like a garden. I felt very much my family there with me, and then I felt my mother drawn by my side. And then it felt very much like sort of sunlight peering through trees and sort of showing the ground beneath me. So it felt very much at peace and very grounded. And I felt like a warmth around my heart chakra. It felt like a nice warmth that came up. So very, very relaxing.
Brilliant. And the sunshine is a sign of joy. It's a sign of positivity. It's the life force, isn't it? The sun. So it's gorgeous, gorgeous to be, you know, to be blessed in that sort of environment with lots of sunlight. So Gina, how was it for you?
For me?
Yes.
Yes. It was, I saw my husband next to me.
Uh-huh.
I have the feeling that we were somewhere very high, like a mountain, like somewhere high.
Yeah.
Yes, on the top. And it was something like breath between us.
Mm-hmm. Between you, connecting the two of you, you mean?
Yes, 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 yes. This is what I felt.
Wow. So wow, so like you're breathing like at once, like there was this instant communication of breathing. Wow. Wow, so that must have been. Have you ever felt anything like? Have you ever experienced anything like it before?
Sometimes when we are my husband and I together and we are alone, I have the feeling that we can talk without talking.
Oh.
I have this inside from me. I feel that when I look at him and he looks at me, we can talk without talking.
It's actually your soul's talking. Is your you know yeah.
How I feel. And this is now I felt that there was something like a breath, something new between us.
Yeah. Well, we can interpret it, if you like, that is this kind of flow, is the flow of inspiration, is the flow of life, is the flow of being, you know, creative with life and enjoy life together. So it's gorgeous. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so now that we step into faith, and I know that's something that we are all, you know, somehow challenged during every day, every minute, somehow. However, it is a way that you're more conscious about it, and you are more empowered. So now we're moving on to the second golden key, which is the key of it's called impeccability. So the question is, if somebody asks you what is impeccability, what would you say? Because it is a difficult word to translate in a way, you know, in particularly when it's not your native tongue, like yourself, Gina, and then okay, myself as well. But I've lived here for many years. So impeccability means to be impeccable is to be without sins. In other words, to be innocent. Okay. Can we actually allow ourselves to feel that we are impeccable? In other words, to accept us that we are innocent, that we are free to be us, to be you, without any judgment, without any self-doubt, without any questioning. And that impeccability, really, what it's asking you to do is to step up into your innocence, but also in a sense of, you know, real stillness, real sort of being in alignment with who you are. And we have, of course, the pale gold, which is the standard color in the bottles, as you can see behind me here. But also we have the blue lilac that goes with it. And I'll show you the bottle because I like you to see how the bottles work. Here, this is the second. This is the if you go on the system or the color mirror system is the G10, and then you see the blue light at the bottom. Okay, at the top, you've got all the gold is gone. Can you see that? All the gold has disappeared. Basically, what's happening, because everything works with vibration, and you know, I have somehow, because I work with them, they are in my space all the time. The gold has been absorbed in my cells. Has been so, and then the gold is anything to do with spinal issues and kidneys, and then I'll be having spinal problems because I've got a back problem for quite a long time now. So all the gold and some other bottles, I actually had to replace them. I've got to replace this one too. But I didn't have time to do it for the call. But I'd like you to see, you know, like how color works, the energy of color works. And yeah, I said, okay, you may not have the perfect combination here to see how, but you can see another side of it, how it's actually it's the process, if you like, how it works. So if it may happen to you, you may have bubbles in it. Sometimes bottles even crack open, which is like a real like there's lots of things are going on. It depends on what you're going through, what's happening. Okay, and here you got the picture, which is the lilac angel, the angel of forgiveness. So that takes us back to how can we forgive ourselves from any wrongdoings that we thought we were doing wrong, something that we took a wrong step, or something we did and we was not successful. How can we just release any judgment? So this is what this bottle helps us to release and cleanse. And then you're actually stepping up into a different gateway. You're stepping up into a different portal. And this portal takes us to a space of more clarity. It takes us to a space of because you have the blue and the lilac. The blue is the color of you may already know, because Natasha, you are involved with holistic therapies. Blue is the color of the throat chakra, so it is up here, yeah. And there's of course the color of communication, the color that helps you to express yourself, express your truth. And the lilac sits on the crown of here, which is actually our spiritual center. So when you have these two coming together, you are in a way you're connected with your truth. You have this, you have this you feel the flow to connect with your truth, but also connect with your spirit, with your soul truth. It makes it even more powerful. Okay. Now I'd like to share something with you, because I believe in the power of words. I've been involved with languages all my life, and I love words. I don't know whether you like words, but I do. Now, so there, when it comes to impeccability, is actually is the belief in ourselves and belief in our speaking our truth and communicating that, expressing it without sort of holding us back from the fact that giving the power away to other people, that somebody else's truth is better than ours. Because what happened is, when we're children, we're really innocent, weren't we, as children? And we're really playful and joyful, and whatever comes up, we just say it, don't we? As children do. We, and sometimes, oh my God, you hear truths coming out of children's mouths and say, oh my God, how did that happen? What did he say? And then you think to yourself, oh my God, you can actually hear the truth directly from a child's mouth. Because at that point, when we're growing up as children, we are actually expressing our innocence. We're expressing exactly what's happening inside us without filtering, without thinking, should I say, should I not? What people will think about me? But as we grow up, what is happening? We are taking on board somebody else's truth. It could be our parents, it could be our teachers, it could be our brothers, our sisters, it could be our neighbors, it could be somebody else's. Until there's a point in life, like now, when we're talking about really becoming more coherent with our truth, coherent, being more clear, and then we say, wait a second, why should I give my power away to somebody else? Do you see where I'm coming from? Yeah. Because if there's something you don't get, or you want me to explain differently, or you would like to explain your own words, again going back to words. So in case you like to make it, so it lands with you. That's the other thing. It really sits with you. Are you okay? Are we clear so far?
Yes.
Yes. I'm connecting it back to crystals, as I always do. Just thinking how citrine does work with bringing your personal power back to you. So sort of similar. It works with your solar plexus chakra. So it really works with helping you with your confidence and your self-esteem. But really, like you were saying, get in touch with your true self and really believing in who you are. So working with like the colour and the crystals, like I know we've done, it kind of brings those all together.
Yes, it does.
That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So let me just talking about sharing the bit about impeccability with our sort of being at that point in where we feel that we can actually use our voice and connect with our voice. And voice is not only this, of course, which is a tool for us humans, but our voice, our inner voice. Okay, so. Because when that happens, we become to resonate, to be more in alignment with our higher truth. Okay, so words in that case can be carriers of power. So they can carry a lot of power. Words are extensions of our energy. Words can be used as beacons. Do we understand the word beacon? Yeah, Gina?
Yes.
Yeah. And tools and signposts rather than weapons of attack or defense. Because sometimes if somebody is very good with words, they actually, instead of using words coming from the heart, they use words coming from fear. And then they can be pretty powerful, but also being sort of defense. And then instead of bringing your real truth, you're bringing your fearful truth. If you know what I mean, it's not your real truth.
Yes.
Now, another thing about impeccability that I'd like to share with you now is actually when we feel we are that the key, this bottle and these two colors together, they actually teach us to be more at ease with life. They teach us to appreciate everything, the simplicity of life rather than the complexity of life, because blue is a very it's a very, what do you call it? It's a very, if you think about blue, also you think about the sea. We have the turquoise, but the blue as well, which is a very cleansing. For me, blue is very cleansing. Very, very things are very calming. Yes, but also with blue, you feel very safe. You feel very supported. So if you're going to an interview or a big meeting, wear some blue, and you feel really you feel supported by it as well. It feels you're coming from a point of what you say has got a lot of value in it. You know what I mean? It comes with a lot of credit behind it. So simplicity. Then going back to simplicity. And so things are, when you're coming from the impeccability, things are more, they're not complex anymore. You are releasing any stories you may have about things. You're releasing any messages coming from previous lives or things, old beliefs or old patterns of behavior. And then things are, you actually start with a clean state, total clean state. Yeah. So the question then would be, let me just ask you this question. Have you ever felt lost in chaos, in some sort of turmoil, in probably depression or disconnection? Have you ever felt that in your life?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you remember why that happened? Can you connect with that point, just for a few seconds? Yeah. So most of the times why we are losing ourselves is because most of the times we just follow somebody else's truth and not our own truth. Yeah, we are actually doubting our own truth. So the gold with the blue lilac, the gold is our inner knowing, and the blue lilac is when we feel empowered to connect with our inner wisdom, the two together.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What, in your opinion, what would you think it would feel like when you find your inner truth, like your true self? Do you think you would recognise it?
So what does it feel like? Sorry, because I lost you there we lost you there, Natasha, for a moment. So what would it feel like?
Just asking, in your opinion, what do you think you would recognise when you were experiencing your true self?
Well, basically, it's just it is. I feel an immense sense of power inside me. Immense sense of power. Immense sense that everything's possible. And you know, there's nobody will stop me. I will just go because I have that utter strength in me, belief in me, that you know things will go okay. Things will fall into place. But also it's a complete sense of freedom as well. It's a you know, you feel totally free to just go and explore and be inspired, and then follow that and feel totally inspired to go ahead and you know take action. So impeccability makes you want to take things, to move things, to get things into, to put things into play, you know, like and then go and explore and have fun and keep things light. So you know, like that's what. But also it connects you with the male energy, which is, you know, I like to touch upon it, but I like to carry on in the next week. Impeccability, because we have the blue there, blue lilac, it connects you with the masculine energy. And I would like us, next time I'm going to start with and then I like to think about it and feel into it. And if anything comes up, because I like us to communicate in between sessions, so to keep the flow, the inspiration going, yeah. So you're not on your own. Even if something happens in a family situation and you like to share it, by all means, you can either share it on Facebook or send me a personal message on Facebook. So something comes up, because when you're going through the color, you know, whether you've got the color in front of you or not, because it's high vibration, it reaches you wherever you are. You know, when we are actually going through analyzing all of this, and you start feeling into it. You know, fears can come up, self-doubt can come up. So if you feel all of that, you start experience some sort of resistance to it. Okay, because the ego or the mind starts kicking in. Then you need to connect. We need to create some sort of silence in your place, in your little corner, in your house, in your garden somewhere, and then go and connect with that, and then create that stillness back again, if it's just for 5 minutes, away from everybody else, and then feel back, you know. And then even if you don't know the answer, it's okay just to stay with it. Don't know, it's all right, because if you keep having this connection, the signals will come, because you're actually broadcasting now. You're broadcasting now, and this is setting signals. So you need to keep the channels free and open. Yeah, and even sometimes you feel, oh my God, you know, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. It's part of life, you know. Instead of starting judging yourself, or starting, you know, judging whoever caused the problem or whatever. It's ultimately, it's part of life to judge others. You know, it's very hard not to judge. You know, however spiritual and Zen we want to be, it's not easy not to judge. But when you're conscious about it, you can actually catch yourself doing it, and then you can just step out of it. You say, well, you know, what's happening here? That's the difference between being in judgment and not getting it, and just carry on being in that negativity. Yeah. So I don't know whether I answered your question, Natasha. Did I answer your question?
You did, yes. Yeah, well, it's given me something to definitely think about. I think because my life is so chaotic, it's finding the time to have stillness. But if I can create that space, like you said, maybe at the bottom of my garden or somewhere, just for a few minutes, and try and just take that step back, then I think that will definitely help.
And then you've got your tools, your crystals, to use them. You know, like even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes, or if you can possibly go back and do the meditation again that we're doing here. Use some color in where the color is. The color will not do the work for you when you wear it, but you'll feel more supportive by it. That's what it takes. And or if you are surrounded by, you know, turquoise, you feel more at ease to express your feelings, express your emotions. So going back to the masculine you know, the whole thing about impeccability is also embracing the masculine energy in us, because we women, we have both masculine and feminine energy in us. The masculine energy, particularly for those of us who like yourself, Gina, who are always into organizing, structuring, putting things together, scheduling. Your masculine energy is very much there most of the time. So what you need is actually acknowledge that, but also, you know, have that that balance between the masculine and the feminine. Because I know, from my perspective, when I was teaching full time, the masculine energy, oh my God, it was so fierce. It was just there all the time. And I was longing for some sort of some more like nourishing energy, more like calm. Okay, right. So yes, masculine energy is more assertive. Yeah, it comes from, but also when the masculine also makes you feel more supported. You feel you've got. You don't have to push all the time. You don't have to make things happen all the time. It feels more. Things are more in the flow because you feel that support in your life. Okay, so that's the good thing about, you know, even if you think about with your partner or with your husband, or it's in the impeccability is inviting you to connect with the masculine energy, not only in yourself, but also in connection with other masculine energies in your life. So masculine aspects, it could be father, it could be your husband, or it could be, you know, Father Sky, you know, the Heavenly Father as well. Right. On that note, I'm going to say, because it's actually, we're running out of time, I'd like to say thank you so much for being on the call. It's worth always going back and watching again, because if there's anything that speaks to you and you'd like to find out more about, or explore a bit more, or ask any questions, you know, go back and do that, and then be in touch. Okay, be in touch. You know, I appreciate that we're all busy and we've got lots of things. But if something speaks to you, you know, you can go back to the group and ask a question. You may have the answer for somebody else. We're not on our own. That's what I'm saying. You know, you're not on your own. We're here all together. And if something, you know, we're going through from week to week, if there's something that goes on in your life and you don't have anybody else to share with, please feel free to reach out. Yeah, but, you know, you're very welcome to do that. And if there's anything, any posts or any links or any quotes that, you know, you find, you come across and you'd like to share with us, again, everything is welcome. Okay. Like anything about crystals, or, you know, anything that, you know, like something, Gina, that you experience and you like to share, please, you know, there's some sort of support system out there for us. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna say we're gonna be back here next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. UK time, and the third key is the key of generosity. Beautiful key, and the color we're going to explore is coral. Okay. Yeah, coral.
I'm wearing coral today, actually.
Are you?